And we're rolling the ball up and down.
I can't hear.
You can't hear. It's on your end, I think, Suzanne. So we're rolling the ball up and down. Everybody else can hear, right?
Yep.
Yep, okay. Pads are the fingers. And across the knuckles. And let's take the ball in one hand and squeeze. And let go and move it to the other hand and squeeze. And let go, move it back to the first hand. And squeeze, and let go, and then back to the second hand one more time. And letting go. Let's bounce the ball today. Higher, lower, different hands. Maybe dribbling. Moving around. And 3, 2, 1. Dropping the ball on the floor. Assessing how the feet are. Making a note of it. And stepping down 3 times. Right in the middle of the foot. Up to the knuckles, once across. Scoot it across those knuckles. And bring it to the middle of the foot. And wiggle the toes. Oh, you called me, Suzanne.
Tom, I can't hear you.
I know, but it's on your side. Here, I'll call you back.
Tom, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Tom. I don't know what's going on.
On your side, everybody else can hear. So check your volume control on your side.
Okay, I'm sorry to trouble you.
No problem.
Okay.
Crunch your toes. And then bring the toes up off the ball and separate them. And then bring it back to the ball and scrunch. And then back to the middle of the foot and wiggle. And roll the ball down the bones. And scribble. You hear it now? Okay, beautiful. And 3, 2, 1, let go. Reassess. Back to the other foot. Right in the middle of the foot. Press down 3 times. Up to the knuckles. Pressing down once, going across. And rotate on the heel. Slide it across the knuckles. Bring the ball to the middle of the foot. Wiggle the toes. And bring the ball to the crease between the knuckles and the toes, and scrunch. And then bring the toes up and separate. Scrunch again. Middle of the foot and wiggle. Roll it down the bones. And scribble. Keep scribbling while I make an adjustment here. And 3, 2, and 1. Put the ball aside. And reassess. Shake the tree. Two, one, center. Nice deep breath. Just at the waist, swing the arms. And center. And we're going to do the Michael Wynn energy grounding routine. So just shift the weight. Using your hips to lean into one leg and then the other, transferring the weight from one column to the other totally, or just about totally. Still on the other foot. Start moving your hands up and down, front of your body. You want the hand coming up when your leg is coming up on the one side and then down as you're shifting to the other. And then start bringing your heel off the ground as your hands move in an ever expansive way. Just grounding. Into the earth. And taking that motion and moving it right into a march in place or a jog. So today we're going to be doing some standing core exercises for the core of the legs and the hips. And Five Tibetans in the after class. So anything is fair game to get the heart rate going, including doing what you're doing now. That's your preference. Just be careful. Play it safe. Don't sprint. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 15. And I went to 30. 2 deep breaths. Interlace those fingers. Bring your hands up overhead. Reach for the ceiling. Then you go back. Come forward. And to one side. And then the other. Come to center and slowly lower, pressing out at the chest, separating the scapula. And bring your hands down. Behind the back, interlace the fingers and raise the hands up. A little higher. And back down. Shrug. And roll back. And forward. Extend the arms and rotate. Other direction. Thumbs up and thumbs down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Bring one arm across the body right below the neck and press back on the other. And then the other. First arm behind the head, pressing down on the other. And then the other. Let's extend the arms, pull back on the fingers pointing up. And pointing down. Flop the wrists and either wiggle the fingers or make a fist or both. Other hand, up, down, and wiggle. Let's rotate the neck. Go in the other direction. Nod. Go ear to shoulder. Look up. Look down. Look over one shoulder. And then the other. Go into a side lunge. Other way. And let's grab a stick. We'll get the calves and hamstrings and hip flexors and everything else doing the dynastic stick routine. Starting with bringing the stick behind the back and forward in one direction. And then the other. Leave it back there and oscillate back and forth. Bring the stick behind the back, just above the knees. Hinge at the waist, bend the knees. Hands come forward between the legs, and you pull up. And then bring the stick out front, right in the middle. Step back away from it. Put your hands on top and stretch those shoulders. Hinging at the waist. And pick the stick up, bring it across your body with one hand. Put your other hand on the shoulder and pull. Hinging at the waist again. Bring your stick across the body with the other hand. Hinge at the waist. Put your hand on the shoulder and pull. Come up, bring the stick to your side. The side that you're on, the hand is on top. The other hand comes across your body, is in the middle of the stick. Push away with your top hand as you're pulling in with the bottom hand. And then switch sides and do the same way on the other side. Bring the stick behind one leg, which is forward, lining it up with the heel, the calf, thigh, and the glutes. Hinge at the waist and bend into that leg that's forward. Trying to get the stick on all those points. Stretching the hamstring. Keep your head back. And come up. Same thing, other leg goes out. Stick behind it. Hinge at the waist, head back, spine neutral. Stretch the hamstring. And come up. Put the stick in front of you. Put the sole of one foot against it. If you're holding it from the top or somewhere in the middle. And press that foot, the sole of that foot against the stick, stretching the calf. And then stretch the other calf. And then put the stick in front. Stretch the hip flexors by bringing the front leg into 90 degrees. The back leg is back. You don't have to press down on the heel on this. You want to stretch more the hips than the calf. And then switch the position of the legs and do the other side. Come up, grab one leg by the shin, the ankle, or the toes. Stretch the quads. And then the other. Keeping the stick in that hand, bring that same leg up in front and hinge a little bit at the waist, leaning into the stretch, feeling it in the hip. And come up. Switch the position of the stick to the other hand on the other side. Bring the other leg up. Hinge at the waist, just a little bit. The ankle, the back of your ankle is against your thigh. And come up. Put the stick in front. Up on your toes. Heels. 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 Toes, heels, toes. And now we're going to do the standing core. So you can use a stick or the back of a chair, or be next to a wall if you want to. This is bringing legs up and bringing them back and swinging them sideways. So if you need support, make sure you have it there. I'm going to start with some leg kicks. We're just going to do 10. Same leg, up in front. You might start small and try to increase it a little bit. Or just stay at the same level the whole time. Whatever is good for you. That's 7, 8, 9, 10 on the foot. Even if it's just this, that's fine. And 10. And now we go back, same thing, but keep your knees locked. Don't bend them. Just go straight back. And hold on to something if you need to. With the leg. Now we're going to go laterally, just tapping across, come back. 1, 2, 3. And the other leg. Now let's do some butt kicks. So we're going to bring the foot up, bending the knee. Other leg. And some hip rotations. Again, only go up as high as you feel is safe for you. And now you can do elbow to knee on the same side or across if you're not holding a stick. And we'll do a total of 20, 10 on each side, whichever way you're doing it. So I'm going across, and that's 4, 4, or it'd be 8, 10 if you were doing it one leg at a time. 7, 7, 8, 8, 10. Good. And now let's just see if our initial leg kick is a little bit easier than it was before. We'll do 5 on each side. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's a field goal. 4, 5. Good. Oh, let's shake it out. And rub those hands together. And cultivate chi. Forming a chi ball. Letting it dance this around. And center. 2 breaths. And we'll open our hearts. Pausing on that inhale and exhaling and sending it out. And centering. 2 breaths. And bringing down heavenly chi. Going down, gathering up. And namaste.
That was wonderful.
Oh, good. I'm very glad to hear that out.
I agree.
Hey, Nina. Yeah. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Okay, Bill. See you in a bit.
Right.
And
Thank you.
okay, Mira, you're very welcome. Don't pull on that, please. Okay. We got some Five Tibetans coming up. So let me just fix the light a little bit. And of course, if you want to, rather than spinning, you can just twist it the way you swing the arms. But otherwise, let's do up to 11. And when you're done, take 2 nice deep breaths. We're going to get down on the floor. I'm going to switch the camera. So hands are by the side with the palms down in the traditional way. In the traditional way, your legs are extended. And you come up with your head, neck, and shoulders off the floor as you raise your legs up and go back down at the same time. In modified version, your soles are on the floor, head, neck, and shoulders come up, and you lift the soles. Now your hands can be under your back, the small of your back to provide support, or under your neck if you need, under your head if you need support at your neck. I'll do 6 and 5. 6 modified, 1, and 5 unmodified, 2, 3. Engaging that core we discussed yesterday, meaning just tighten it as if you were taking a quick breath or you're about to get punched. 6, 7, 8, 9, And 11. Take 2 deep breaths. And we're up on our knees. Hands are on the back of the thighs or on the glutes. You can just lean back from your knees and come forward if you can't do back extensions, but if you can. And then come forward. 2. And 11. 2 breaths. And sit down. In our modified version, the legs are extended and the hands are by your hips with the fingers facing forward. If you find it easier, put it behind you and point the fingers away. And you can also, in the modified version, bring the soles of your feet up through the ground and do the inverted table that way. Whatever works. I'm going to extend my feet and do 11. 1. 11. Good. 2 deep breaths. Finally, we're going to get on all fours in the modified version. And you can come up into a cobra and back. Modified started down dog and come up into an up dog. I'll do 6 and 5. 1. 'When you're done, come around and sit cross-legged, however is comfortable for you. Take a couple of breaths. We're going to rotate at the waist, either sitting up or bending down. 6 times in one direction, 5 in the other. And when you're done, reverse the position of the leg. So leg was on top, goes on the bottom. And the leg on the bottom goes on top. Or the leg in front goes behind. And the leg behind goes in front. We'll do 5 in the original direction, 6 in reverse. Pausing on the last circuit to stretch out in front. We'll do the 4-6 breathing exercise. So that's a count of 4, inhale, count of 6, exhale. 2 times in the middle, over the left knee, and then over the right knee. And I'm stretching out. Going to inhale 4, exhale 6 twice. Going over to the left knee, doing the same. And then the right knee. And if 4-6 is too much, try 3-5 or 2-4. And come around. Something. Of course, you could speed up the 4-6 breathing too. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it's a great technique too if you're feeling agitated or if you're having trouble getting to sleep. Nice calming breath.
Thank you very much, Tom.
You're welcome, Suzanne. Everything's good with the sound now, right?
That was weird. It was muted and I don't know how it got muted. Thank you.
Sure. I'll have a good one.
You too. Okay.
Richard, Ava, and you'll have a great trip up north.
We'll try.